Today I'm working on what I call doodle art. I know some people call it collage fodder, but it really boils down to it's kind of all just a mixed media art. And I've taken some old book pages and I've drawn little shapes or little different flowers and hearts and bears and birds, and then I've drawn on it, and then I've used marker, and today I've used ink. Some people will use watercolors on them, just whatever kind of medium that you would like to use on it. But today I've used ink, and I've done several here. There's a heart, a little bear, a flower, there's a little birdie, butterflies, dragonflies, and then I've got some fall ones down here with the pumpkins and the leaves. So this is just kind of a fun little easy project. I really like doing it. It just gives me a little bit of time to doodle. I'm not good at drawing, but I sure like to doodle. So I thought I'd just show you real quick how I do these. Let me move this out of the way. It's so simple. I've got an old book here, and I'll just open up to a page and we'll rip it out. It's a great way to recycle an old book, and these look so cute whenever they are in junk journals, scrapbooking, just fun little pieces to add to that. So let's see, let's just do a flower real quick. Let me show you how quick and easy this comes together. We'll just, and I am, like I said, I am not good at all drawing, but I'm just going to use a regular pencil here, and I'm just going to doodle a flower. Let's just start here. And these don't have to be perfect petals. That's just going around and looping it together. So next thing I do is I've got these old sponge rounds. They're like makeup applicator things. I think you can get them at Dollar General or Dollar Tree for pretty cheap. I like $1 is all I paid for all of these. And oops, there's 2 in that one. I'm just going to cut them apart and probably just cut them into 4ths real quick. And this is actually what I'm going to use to daub into my ink. Okay, so I've got 4 pieces there, and I've got several inks. I just pulled the little ones out today, and I've got a couple of these little bigger ones too. But you can use any kind of little ink that you have in your stash. And I think I'm going to go with this color to start. I move these out of the way. And I've already done some of these, of course, because I've got it all here. So I'll just keep whatever wedge that I've done with that. I think that goes to the blue and the green. And let's see, I've got this shade already here. And that one goes to that. And then I've also got a red one that goes to this one, I believe. But anyhow, I think I'm just going to use this one for this color. And this is just a pink from Color Box. Doesn't really matter. And I'll just ink the edge. See how I'm just inking that up? And then I will just come in and dab this all around. I don't fill in the whole thing, because I want some white space there. I hope not bouncing the camera all around. If I am, I'm sorry. Try to do it softer here. But all I'm doing is just adding some color to the page. And you can definitely do this with watercolors and a brush, or if you've got a watercolor pen. That all works great too. I just like using the inks because they dry pretty quick. Let's see, I want a color here in the middle just to be a little different. I think we'll try this one. That's a little bit darker shade. I think that'll do nicely. Just a little daub. And then the next thing I do, I've got a couple different pens here that I've used. I've got just a regular black Sharpie, and this just is a fine point one. And then I've used this one. It's a Pilot G2, and this is an 07. And then sometimes if I want even finer, I'll just come in with a big pen. You can also use the Sharpie's ultra fine points, and mine is just about out. It's not doing real great, so I'm sticking with this one today until I get me a new one. Anyhow, let's show my next step here. I'm going to put a little piece of paper under here so I don't ruin my work surface. And then I'm just going to trace around the outside of this. I'm not going real slow. So like you can see there, I just went off the line. It really doesn't matter, especially when we're kind of doing mixed media. Sometimes having that pencil color behind there showing through in different little spots, that looks kind of neat. So I go at this pretty quick. When I first started doing it, I was doing it pretty slow. And then I was like, you know, it almost looked better when I wasn't thinking about it so much. Okay, so the trick to make these look kind of nice is you'll see on this one here, all of it has a double layer. You can just leave it like that and cut it around, fussy cut around the edges, but giving it this extra little layer with the next size pen, and I'm just going to trace just a little bit. I'm not being real careful, like I said, I'm just coming right in. And if it doesn't match up perfect, or if it overlaps, or you run into it, it's okay, it's all part of the fun. And it just kind of gives it a really cool look, I think. When you're not out for perfection, you can get something pretty creative sometimes. Okay, I like that. Let's see. Trying to decide if I want to put a few extra little lines in here or leave it like that. You know what, let's go ahead and put just a few extra little lines coming in. Give it a little bit more detail on each one of those. And since I did that, I'm going to go ahead and get this red out again. And I'm going to come in just a wee bit, just to give each one of that a little bit more definition coming out from there. Nothing fancy. Okay, so there we're to that point. Now I've got just my little scissors. I prefer to use just a little pair. You know, I've got the bigger ones too, but the little pair usually kind of allows me to go in and around a little bit. And I'm just going to fussy cut around this as quickly as I can. I don't go real slow on these. Sometimes it's going to bump into it, sometimes it's not. And I am okay with that. There's some projects that I want everything to just be absolutely as perfect as I can get it, but this is one of these fun projects that it still looks, almost gives it a different, oh gosh, what am I trying to say? It gives it just a different nice look to it. Okay, and that is that one, folks. Isn't that kind of cute? Just to add that to your page, and then the words are kind of coming up from behind it. Just really easy and fun. Let's see, I've got a little bit of paper left here on this particular one. Let me cut that off. And let's just do a really quick heart. I'm going to go to my pencil again. Let's see, I want it on this side. I like how it's got more words over here where these have more lines, so I think I'm going to go on this side. And we'll just do a quick heart. Just like that. Let's see, what color do I want to use for this one? How about this? This is called Sweet Melon. So I'm just coming in again with one of these little wedges. We're going to kind of ink. Not going to go all of the spots, but I did hit quite a bit. Put this back to the side. And I could go in and add some more detail to that, but I think I'm just going to go right to the marker, keep this one simple, and make it kind of like this one is. This artwork is very forgiving. I think this is probably dry enough. There we go. It's not quite dry enough. I'm leaving a little bit of skips there. So when that happens and I'm not patient enough to wait, I'll just kind of get what has gone onto my my ink pen off, just kind of getting it off on the little piece of paper there. So let's come around here. Yeah, I need to let this one dry a little bit, but it's okay. We're right here, and I'm just showing you, so we'll let this finish up like that. Now, if I wanted, I could come in here with a little more detail and add some dots around it or put some hash marks going through it, but we're just going to keep it simple just to show you a few things. And we'll cut around this real quick. Okay, and there's that one. Anyway, you get the idea of all of these. They're just really fun. You don't have to draw grade. If you have trouble thinking, oh, what does an oak leaf look like? Just go on to Pinterest or Google and put in simple line drawing for an oak leaf, and that'll help you be able to do that. Also, I wanted to mention, if you want, you can also use stamps. See how this one just has an outline there? So you can stamp on there and then color it in, you know, just with your inks, and then go in once again with the darker and the thicker and lighter, thicker and thinner pen is what I'm trying to say. So that's another fun thing you can try to do. On this one, I got this idea because I had this flower was laying here on my desk, and I thought, oh, that'd be kind of cute to go through and do one with some different little shades of color behind it. So that's where the idea for that one come. But anyhow, if you give this a try, let me know in the comments. It's fun and it's easy, and it kind of gets some of that creative stuff we've got on the inside out. So that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.